What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and I am back from what has been an absolutely crazy vacation, but I'll have more details on that. But I came back to the Black Ops 3 beta, and thanks to my good friend over at Bad Habit Gaming, go check him out, Mr. Punkman87 as he goes by. He hooked me up with a Black Ops 3 beta code, and I was able to download it today and get some hands-on time with the beta. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want to give you guys my first impressions from my time with the beta. So I've played a couple hours now, and there were a couple things that stood out to me that I wanted to talk about. And the first is the feel of the game. So the overall feel of the game feels like we're returning back to some of the older Call of Duties that we know and love. And that's a good thing. The way the game feels, the way it flows, the way the matches play out, it feels like older school Call of Duty. Not old school like Modern Warfare or even Modern Warfare 2, but it feels like it's bringing it back to Black Ops 2, and I know a lot of people were looking forward to that, and I loved Black Ops 2, so I think that's an awesome thing. That said, the game does introduce some new things that keep the game feeling fresh, give it that new feel that we all get every year playing the new Call of Duty, and for the most part, don't hurt the game. The next piece I wanted to talk about is the movement, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people were worried, myself included, especially after coming from Advanced Warfare with the introduction of the exosuits, and the overall pace of the Call of Duty franchise has really sped up, and movement has been a big piece of that. So in Black Ops 3, you can double jump, wall run, and slide, and those are really the big movement pieces that I've seen in the game. The double jumping feels just like Destiny, and you can, on that second double jump, you can actually hold down the button and you'll kind of glide upwards or even towards the side just a little bit, whatever direction you're really going towards, you can glide that way. It feels very similar to Destiny, which isn't a bad thing, and I kind of like it. The wall running piece of the movement mechanics are pretty straightforward. I mean, you jump up towards the wall, you'll kind of magnetize to it and you'll start wall running, and you can do it on just about any wall. It doesn't feel like you magnet towards every single wall, kind of like you would, let's say, in Titanfall, but I will say that even though the movement is very similar to Titanfall, the way you can double jump, the way you can wall run, it's not done as well as Titanfall. I will say that the movement just feels a little stiff when it comes to double jumping and wall running. The last piece, sliding, is a welcome addition to the Black Ops franchise, and I think it fits well into Black Ops 3. You can kind of slide your way out of hairy situations, and though it does replace the dolphin dive, which is kind of a bummer because it was just so fun to do and made for some pretty funny moments, I think the slide has more useful purpose inside the gameplay than the dolphin dive did. Overall, I think the movement works well in Black Ops 3. The only thing is I kind of feel like the wall running's forced, and I'll get more on that in just a moment. But the movement isn't too crazy, it isn't too chaotic like it was in Advanced Warfare. It seems to fit well with the flow of Call of Duty. And I gotta be honest, I really like the double jump. I think that fits really nicely into the Call of Duty franchise, at least the way it is in Black Ops 3. So probably the biggest new feature introduced into Black Ops 3 are the specialists. And specialists are basically special character classes that each have their own unique abilities and weapons that you can use and choose to use before you go into a match. Now, there are a total of 9 different specialists in the final Black Ops 3 game, but within the beta, there are 4 in which you can start to choose out to play with, and then 2 that you can later unlock as you level up in the game. Now, I've only played with 2 of the specialists so far, and I hope to try a couple of the others, especially the ones that I can unlock, because I don't know what they do yet. But I have to say that the introduction of specialists is definitely that esports influence on Call of Duty, because it's very similar to choosing a champion in the big MOBA games like League of Legends and Dota 2. As a casual player, I could care less about the introductions of these types of features and making the game more like CSGO or Dota 2 or League of Legends, but I will say that the specialists are pretty fun. And though it's kind of a new thing, with each person having their own abilities, it's very similar to Destiny, where each Guardian has their own special abilities, and when you're playing that multiplayer PvP experience, that you never know who's going to have what abilities and how you're going to help your team. And it just kind of brings that unique feature over to Call of Duty, and thus far it works. And I will say, esports aside, it is fun learning each of the different specialist characters and how to play them, how to customize your classes to cater towards that particular player's abilities, or that specialist abilities, I should say. And it's fun. It adds kind of a new learning curve level to Call of Duty, and I think that's a cool thing. Moving on to one thing that I really just wanted to touch on real briefly here are the guns. And the guns in the game are, at least in the beta, and I presume the final game, aren't anything special. They're nothing new as far as I can tell that I've unlocked. Nothing crazy introduced into the Call of Duty franchise. But I will say that typical, at least as of the last few iterations of Call of Duty, that typical where there's only 1 or 2 guns that are good exists. And that frustrates me so much as a player that really wants to try out all the weapons and be a diverse player and have fun with everything available in the game. I feel like I can't, and then if I choose a gun that's not that top tier or the number 1 gun, really the only gun in the game, then I'm at an immediate disadvantage. And that's super unfortunate, because there's all these other weapons, all these other perks and abilities and attachments to use, but they're worthless, because if I don't use the top gun, I'm at an immediate disadvantage. And I hate that about Call of Duty, and I just wish that they could do some more to balance that. Give us reasons to use other different types of weapons. The last thing I wanted to touch on are the map design. Now, there's 3 maps within the beta, and I've played them all, and for the most part, I like them. I think they're cool, they're colorful, they're bright, and there's some really cool moments that can happen in the maps. We've gone back to that simplistic map design with the 3 lanes. You got the left, middle, right, which is nice to see, and I think it works well within Call of Duty multiplayer. Overall, the maps are generally small, which again I think plays well to the Call of Duty community. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind a few larger maps, though I know they never get voted on, which again is that the Call of Duty community, that's what they love. But the one thing I will say that I dislike about the maps and the map design is that usually one of the lanes, whether it be the left lane or the right lane, require you to wall run. And I feel like it's pointless. And I feel like they're forcing you to wall run in the game. And I really dislike that about it, because when you're wall running, I feel like you're at a disadvantage and you're very vulnerable when you're wall running. So a lot of people aren't going to go down that lane. So it really crowds down the other lanes and makes it difficult to navigate around the map. Overall, I'm enjoying my time with the beta, and I'm looking forward to playing some more of it, but I'm not yet sold on this game. This game doesn't do anything new or wow me enough to alleviate my Call of Duty fatigue and really make me want to purchase and play the crap out of this game. There's nothing there to really pull me back into Call of Duty. So let me know what you guys think about the game if you've been playing it, what you think about my thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because I got a lot of great things lined up for you guys now that I'm back from vacation. So until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget about Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and hit that button down below.